Previously, I identified the ongoing problem that many children after 1 year of schooling have not reached the expected level of literacy, specifically in relation to early concepts of alphabet sounds, alphabet names, and letter formations. International studies, the Pearls of 2011, show that in New Zealand the gap between good readers and poor readers remains one of the widest in the world, and worst affected are Maori and Pacifica children and those from low-income families. I propose there is no need to wait for the child to complete 1 year of schooling to identify a need. With collaborative and digital technology, early intervention can change the outcomes for children at risk and reduce the gap between good readers and poor readers, starting with a simple piece of the literacy jigsaw, the alphabet. I shall explain my educational innovation Lean Canvas for ABC ACT in this assignment. To put this in context, I will explain the 7 key elements found by Snow, Burns and Griffin in 1998 that prevent reading difficulties in young children.
1. Zone of proximal development, as supported by Vygotsky in 1978. 2. Learning emerges from social interaction of the child and an adult during joint participation in hands-on tasks. 3. Learning is accelerated through feedback on individual child's attempts. 4. Learning is extended through independent practice of newly learned skills. Children need free choice to revisit learning opportunities. 5. Learning emerges from tasks that are meaningful and motivational to learners. 6. New learning is built from already known information and skills. And the 7th, that learning activities should help children self-regulate and make deliberate use of memory.
The purpose is to create a simple iMovie resource called ABC ACT that can enhance alphabet knowledge, letter name, letter sound action link and letter formation for young children in a kinesthetic, auditory, collaborative, actively engaging, relevant context using a digital tool. The target beneficiaries are children who have not been successful in learning the concepts of alphabet, letter sounds, names and actions within the first few weeks of school. Teachers would also benefit from this resource as they would be able to facilitate alphabet learning in a fun, engaging and collaborative way. The problem is that specifically many children arrive at school with a different literacy culture that requires alternatives and more direct intervention than traditional alphabet learning techniques. This is stated in the Effective Literacy Practices Years 1 to 4 book, where it states those who start school with less experience of print than others in class may need more intensive instruction. Effective Literacy Practice also states that students learning English as a new language find it more difficult initially to use semantic and syntactic information in English. They are still developing their knowledge of the language that is associated with given context in written English and the patterns of English language. It is important that they are encouraged to develop such knowledge through oral language activities and supported in learning how to use visual and graphophonic information to decode and encode words so that they can read, write and experience success.
Says that each child will take its own pathway to literacy. This literacy learning is not through inability to learn, it's through opportunities taken to learn.
Many approaches to learning the alphabet do not involve the kinesthetic skills which make learning more accessible to young learners. Limited resources are available beyond alphabet books, songs, charts, flashcards and magnetic letters. Less play-based learning is now available in our early year classrooms at schools. Managing the individual learning progress of children who have a staggered entry to school in a classroom with often up to 30 recently turned 5-year-olds is not an easily managed task, and it is often assumed that children will automatically learn the varying concepts of alphabet through just being in a new entrant and classroom environment, or that children have already mastered the skills through preschool experiences or home input. Some existing alternatives that are already available include traditional ABC books, charts, repetitive songs, purchased resources such as Jollyphonics or Letterland, and various iPad apps and YouTube songs. Alternatively, teachers can swing from the ceilings and turn themselves upside down, trying to get children to take on the alphabet. I reflected on the broad base of customers who would benefit from an alternative to learning the ABC. Anyone involved in education of young children at the initial stages of learning the alphabet. I then broke this down into a list of more specific target customers: students, teachers, parents, special needs teachers, early childhood educators. My initial plan is to target students as my main customer base, as I have initial interface with students needing support with alphabet knowledge on a daily basis. Early adopters of this innovation would be the teachers of students who have had difficulty learning the concepts of letters and sounds and who see how easily the children can learn through this new method. My solution is ABC ACT. It is a prepared iMovie footage using ready-set alphabet letter images. Teachers are then able to take video footage of children showing tangible objects that link and illustrate the letter-sound connections. In addition, video footage of children can be taken demonstrating kinesthetic actions of the alphabet action with the sound to strengthen learning, as an optional letter formation can also be included. ABC ACT is a collaborative, meaningful alphabet resource which is co-constructed with the children to enhance learning and can then be shared between students, teachers and parents again and again to strengthen knowledge to an automatic response level. This is a resource which can be added to and reused again by students, teachers, parents to reinforce and strengthen automaticity of alphabet concepts. Using medium for learning that is engaging, fun and motivating and simple for students to participate and take ownership of. The unique value propositions of ABC ACT are: 1. It will engage learners' ownership of alphabet learning in a meaningful context. 2. It is a collaborative way for children to learn early alphabet skills, enabling them to apply knowledge and co-construct targets to apply to the process of reading and writing. 3. With a kinesthetic approach, children will access alphabet information with fun, excitement and success. 4. Similar to Jolly Phonics, with a more relevant and practical, stronger action relevance to picture sound connections for New Zealand children. I would start reaching my customers from a group of children identified as having a need, and when these children show improvement and accelerated knowledge of alphabet applied to reading and writing, I can then share these results with other teachers within my school junior team, and then beyond this through teacher media channels such as Facebook, organised professional groups such as Reading Recovery, and prototype YouTube video posted on YouTube and previous. The sustainability of ABC ACT. This is easy to implement within a classroom. It requires only a simple video footage to be placed in a series of iMovie photographs. It can be completed in parts or as a series of letters in any order relevant to the context of the learners. Once it has been created, the ABC ACT can be used again and again by teachers and children. Images can be translated into simple book form, posters, flashcards or charts for other uses. Children can continue to engage in the learning to reinforce concepts. It would create a conflict with other manufactured phonics programs. Parents would be required to attend information afternoons so as not to conflict with other phonics programs being used at home. Resources needed for the ABC ACT include tangible alphabet objects from A to Z, e.g. puppets and oversized objects, an alphabet chart with picture links, iPad, children and a teacher or adult to lead. Ideally, a class interactive whiteboard for display and reviewing is essential. Children would also benefit from access to iPads or laptops for independent review or sharing of ABC ACT with family and friends. Video images could also be linked to images through augmented reality tools such as Eurasma. In order for this resource to be shared with parents, a class Facebook group could be established or a link could be sent by email. A survey of parents was conducted to establish availability of devices to children and parents in the home environment. Parents would be invited to school to see how we are learning alphabet knowledge and how this applies to the process of reading and writing. In its simplest form, this concept can be presented as an alphabet book with photographs illustrating letter sound links to objects and actions. This book can then be shared with parents at home, independently by children at school, to reinforce and strengthen concepts to a level of automatic response. I will need to see an increased alphabet knowledge being gained initially by the target group and then an interest by teachers who interact with these children in the program. The information to be collected to show this development will be an alphabet, letter, sound and action knowledge as collated in the 6-year observation assessment tool. Children would need to be assessed prior to activity and post-activity and as a follow-up to ensure knowledge is secure. The impact created by ABC ACT will be accelerated alphabet learning by students who are identified after initial assessments and experience at school find it difficult to retain alphabet information. They will be able to use the collaborative kinesthetic experience to transfer knowledge of alphabet, to connect the information, to make successful links to reading and writing. Teachers will find facilitating knowledge of alphabet to a group of children with various levels of alphabet knowledge fun and exciting and relevant, providing opportunities for spin-off learning in other areas such as oral language, vocabulary and confidence, self-esteem as children experience success.